Previously on Beyond Compare Wrestling. In the finals of the BCW Commonwealth title tournament, Taufik pinned the undefeated Victor Payne to win the tournament. However, Taufik did not win the championship. Mr. GM tampered with the format of the tournament, aligned himself with Byron Cassidy, and Byron became the inaugural BCW Commonwealth champion by submitting Taufik. Tonight, a heel, Byron Cassidy, must defend his newly won championship against Taufik's tag team partner, Kensho. Also, the Exiled successfully defended their BCW World Tag Team titles for an unprecedented 8th time. What team will step up tonight to challenge the Exiled, and will they be able to capture tag team gold? And in the main event of BCW Slam-tacular, Benson Hicks becomes the new BCW World Champion by pinning Dirty Don. Will Benson usher in a golden age of BCW as World Champion, or will Dirty Don be able to dethrone Benson and recapture the gold? Beyond Compare Wrestling proudly presents BCW 50, the Showcase of Champions.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. It is BCW 50, the Showcase of Champions. For everyone who has been with us on this ride to episode 50, thank you. And if it is your first time joining us, what an episode you have chosen to pick, because it is the season premiere. Jump on at episode 50 as we have a lot of action here tonight, including 3 world title fights here tonight. We have the Commonwealth title, the tag titles, and the world title all on the line in this episode. You will get to know the champions and the challengers. It is all the top wrestlers here in BCW competing on episode 50, including tonight in our opener, Kensho versus the Butcher, Byron Cassidy for the BCW Commonwealth Championship. That is going to be an explosive opener. And we have the BCW World Tag Team titles being defended here tonight. The Exiled, they're the most dominant champions in BCW. And in the main event for the BCW World Championship, it will be the challenger, the future Cameron Lewis, taking on the champion, the redneck Benson Hicks, in Benson Hicks's first title defense. And this was a matchup that was made earlier tonight, and we have some exclusive footage we're going to take you to. Before BCW kicked off tonight, we had the redneck Benson Hicks, the new BCW World Champion, come out to the ring with a microphone. And here in BCW, we have a stipulation where when a new champion is crowned, they get to decide whether the former champion is entitled to an automatic rematch or if they have to go to the back of the line and earn their way up. Well, Benson Hicks, he came out here and he said to Dirty Don that he would give him that rematch for the BCW World Championship. Benson is trying to get Dirty Don off his back, trying to remove him from the world title picture. So he said, come on out, Dirty Don, and get your rematch here tonight. Dirty Don was nowhere to be found, though. Very uncharacteristic of Dirty Don. So Benson Hicks, he had to pivot, and he wanted to call out a man who has been helping him in his fight against Dirty Don, a man who he feels has earned a one-on-one world title match, and that is the future Cameron Lewis. Cameron Lewis, he has had championship opportunities before. He has beat Dirty Don in a Champions Challenge. He has competed in a 3-way match for the title, but he has never competed one-on-one for the BCW World Championship. So with Dirty Don nowhere to be found, Benson called out his friend, a top contender, a former number 1 contender in Cameron Lewis. Cameron accepted, and that is how this blockbuster main event was made for BCW 50. 2 friends locking it up to see who the absolute best wrestler in BCW is, and you'd expect nothing less from a milestone episode like BCW 50. Can Cameron Lewis capture the BCW World Championship, or will Benson Hicks successfully defend his title in his first title defense? Coming up next, we have Kensho versus Byron Cassidy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, and we have the tail of the tape for our first of 3 world title fights here tonight. We have Kensho, the challenger. He is a super accomplished striker. He has recorded the fastest win in BCW history in his last match. Former #1 contender, and he's got knockout speed for days. And he's going up against Byron Cassidy. 13 wins, 4 losses. He is that submission expert. He is the BCW Commonwealth Champion, and he is recently aligned with Mr. G. They say styles make fights, and in our opener here tonight, it is truly going to be a battle of 2 conflicting styles. We have the striker, Kensho, going up against the ground-based submission specialist, Byron Cassidy. Kensho's going to want to keep it on the feet. Byron's going to want to get it to the ground. And what role will Mr. GM play when he is at ringside in Byron's corner? We are going to have to find out. So let's take it to the ring and let's get BCW 50 kicked off right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond Compare Wrestling. The following contest is for the undisputed BCW Commonwealth Championship. Standing 6'4" tall and weighing in tonight at 245 pounds, hailing from Tokyo, Japan, he is the world-renowned striker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kensho.
And here he is, the knockout machine, Kensho, one of the top contenders here in BCW. He is a former #1 contender for the BCW World Championship at Slamtacular on BCW 49. He recorded the fastest win in BCW history. He knocked out a mere man in 1 second. As soon as the bell rang, he did a running flying knee. Can he duplicate those results here tonight?
Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Mr. GM. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in tonight at 235 pounds. He is a submission-based ground and pound grappler coming to us from London, England. Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed BCW Commonwealth Champion, the Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
And here he is, Byron Cassidy, coming out here with all the hardware. Lots of gold there for Byron Cassidy, and he won all that gold because he has aligned himself with the former BCW General Manager, Mr. GM. Mr. GM is now exclusively managing Byron Cassidy, and these two together, you can see the proof is in the pudding because Byron has all that hardware, and he's showing it off right there. Sometimes when you sell your soul to the devil, you come out with a lot of gold. That is exactly what Byron Cassidy has done. But can he defend the gold here tonight against Kensho? And here we go. We got Byron putting the gold up on the line. Both of those absolutely gorgeous championship belts. He's putting them up here tonight, but will he be walking out with those belts by the end of the night? We're going to find out in our opener. The time for talk is over. The bell is rung. The match is underway, and Kensho comes out of the gate real hot. He went for that big running flying knee that secured him the win in 1 second at Slamtacular. Byron Cassidy, he was well scouting Kensho. He had a game plan, and he knew that Kensho was going to come out like a house of fire, and he negated that big, huge running flying knee that Kensho loves to use in all his matches. He has won so many matches here in BCW with that big running flying knee, and I think that is going to be his ticket to the championship gold here tonight. whereas Byron Cassidy is going to need to use his submissions. He's going to need to keep Kensho grounded. If you're on the ground, you can't use those big, brutal knees. And I think Byron is going to want to use Mr. GM to his fullest, but a big float over there into the cover. Only a 1. Kensho checking his progress, and more to the point, sending a message to both Byron and Mr. GM that this could be over at any point. You do not want to blink when Kensho is in the ring. And a big kick there to the knee, but I said it in the opener, tail of the tape. Both these two men have the ability to end the match in 1 second. Byron Cassidy, he could slap on a big brutal submission. He could use his bone flied and tied to absolutely crush the windpipe in the legs of Kensho. He could lock in an ankle lock. He could lock in a bulldog choke. Byron Cassidy has so many submissions, and it only takes 1 second to tap out. It takes 3 seconds to get a pinfall. But the same thing can be said for Kensho. It takes 1 second to get knocked out and to have the ref call this one off. So there is a lot of angles. We definitely don't want to blink in this one. Both these men are very proficient. Both these men have the skill sets. And right there, as I say, a triangle choke. He could choke out Kensho right here. But Kensho's so powerful. And that is one of the X factors we did not mention. If you look at the physiques of both of these two men, they are absolutely jacked. They are no strangers to the gym. Both these two men have cardio for days. These two could go all night, but with their skill sets, I don't think it's going to be going all night. I think this is going to end in either submission or knockout, and especially knockouts right here. Both these two men trading shots, center of the ring. Who is going to come out with the better of this one? Kensho, he has the art of 8 limbs. He is so proficient at striking with his fists, with his elbows, with his knees, and with his feet. Byron has more of that boxer's puncher. He's more of that MMA style when it comes to his striking. So both these two men so good at striking, but both in very, very different ways. And who's going to come out with the advantage here? I think it might be Kensho, but both these two men hockey fighting right in the center of the ring. Both these men getting knocked loopy. Who's going to come out with the advantage, though? Byron able to capitalize. Kensho reverses, throws him into the ropes, ducks under. Big, huge Spanish fly, goes for the cover. Wow, this is fast and furious for our opener, but you'd expect nothing less from episode 50. And he's going for the bone flight and tight. Could this be it? Can he tap him out real quick? Just grinding on it there. Kensho, he can't even move to the ropes. Byron waves it off. I don't think Kensho is going to tap, but is he going to hit him now with the butcher's block? It is that pendulum. He's going to take him up high, and he's going to slam him down. Kensho comes out the back door, though. Kensho does not want to get hit with that pendulum. That pendulum has put away competitor after competitor here in BCW. But Kensho, what's he got here? Backflip, running, knee to the gut. Shot right to the solar plexus. That'll knock every ounce of breath out of your body. And especially with a man like Byron Cassidy who has cardio for days, that is an easy way to sap the cardio. Whether that was to the solar plexus, the stomach, or the liver, that's doing max damage from a big, huge running flying knee from Kensho. Locks up the arm. Byron Cassidy hits him with that back elbow. Big, huge chops. Byron counters with a chop. Both these men are going tit for tat. Anything you could do, I could do better. And a big, huge cartwheel there. Big, huge flip. And a big, huge flip there from Byron showed him that what he could do it better. And he could do it with some style, too. And a big slingshot DDT on the hardest part of the ring. That apron. That corner bead. And as we mentioned here, it is a special episode, episode 50. We have 2 more world title fights. BCW has never had 3 world title fights all on the same card, but we have it here with an episode, the magnitude and the gravity of BCW 50. It is our season premiere, and it is quite the milestone episode. When we started over 3 years ago, we didn't know if we'd make it episode 50, but we made it here in style. And we have made it here built on the backs of matches like this. For the Commonwealth Championship, 2 of the top competitors, 2 men with some unbelievable skill sets. And Byron Cassidy just playing it up there to the crowd, but he made a huge mistake. Kensho picks him up for a signature. That big, huge leaping tombstone. Referee right in position. 1, 2. Can he pick up the win in the championships? No. Kensho now, he is in firm control. We have not seen Mr. GM get into this one yet. Will we see him get in? Maybe not. That was a big, huge kaiju killer knee strike. That is what knocked out Amir. Byron able to kick out. I don't know how he did that. That knocked out Kensho in 1 second. And now Kensho is just playing it up to the crowd, letting Byron know that he can end this at will. And I think Byron is sapped. I think if he takes another one of those, it is over. I don't know how he kicked out a 1, but I definitely don't think he can kick out a 2. Big, huge power slam, though, buying himself some time. And this match came about because Byron Cassidy, he won the Commonwealth Championship from Tofik, Kensho's tag team partner. But he did it when Mr. GM aligned himself with Byron Cassidy, changed the nature of the tournament, made Byron compete against Tofik after Tofik had competed against Victor Payne in the finals. Oh, and what's Byron got here? These are now the tactics of Byron Cassidy. Normally, we would never see Byron do anything against the rules, but now we're seeing him pull out all the stops. After he has aligned himself with Mr. GM, there is nothing holding Byron Cassidy back. Not the rules, not the turnbuckle pad, not cheating, not anything. Goes to throw him in the turnbuckle. Kensho reverses and he goes sternum first again. It backfired there. Byron Cassidy able to reverse and a stiff shot to Kensho's jaw. And now a knee to the head of Kensho. Busted out the knees himself, and Byron, he wears those knee pads real low, so he has all the protection, but all the point of the knee when he wants to hit the knee, and now he hits him with the pendulum. That butcher's block. Could this be it? Is it all sealed up? Mr. GM watching there intently. 2. And oh, Kensho kicks out at the last second. Byron is pissed. What does he have to do to put away Kensho? And for that matter, what does Kensho have to do to put away Byron? He hit him with that kaiju killer knee strike. Byron Cassidy has that rock hard chin. He also has that beard. The accuracy not fully there. When you have a man with a beard, you can't quite pinpoint that exact spot on the chin. But if anyone could do it, it would be Kensho. He has pinpoint accuracy with those knees. Both men now looking to reset, looking to jockey for position. Kensho reverses with some elbows and hits him with a beautiful DDT. Now throws him in the rope. Byron reverses. Both these two men exhausting their gas tanks. Byron with that big back elbow. And now Byron, a little bit uncharacteristic, goes to the top here. What has he got planned? Oh, and a big rolling shoulder butt. And now he's buying himself some time, playing it up to the crowd. Byron, he is absolutely swelling with confidence now that he has these 2 belts. Normally, he was quite humble. He was quite reserved, but now that is all out the window. And not to blame him there. When you are holding 2 championships as prestigious as the Euroslam and the BCW Commonwealth Championship, you'd be a little bit cocky too. Byron Cassidy throw him in the ropes and a big, huge back elbow. Referee is going to repair that turnbuckle pad, get that back on, eliminate that as an X factor in this one. Oh, but Byron Cassidy, big, huge, low blow with the ref's back turned, and he goes for the cover. Referee sees it now, goes into position 1, not this way, 2, kick out Kensho, no, damn it. Byron Cassidy with the distraction and the low blow retains his BCW Commonwealth Championship. And this was quite the barn burner of the match. Both these 2 men were quite evenly matched up until that turnbuckle pad came off. I don't know if Byron was going to use it as the main method of winning or if he was going to have it in his back pocket as a distraction so he could hit that low blow. But this is the new Byron Cassidy. Not playing by the rules, doing anything he can to win. It is a far departure from the Byron Cassidy of old. But when you got 2 title belts to defend, you do whatever you can. That is what Byron has done here tonight.
Here is your winner, and still undisputed BCW Commonwealth Champion, The Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
Diggity dog. Breaking. 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 Diggity dog. Breaking.
Well, there we go. We have determined who will be facing the Exiled here tonight for the BCW World Tag Team titles, and it will be Amir and Grizzly Mac. As we just seen, this is a first-time ever matchup. These two have never locked it up. They're locking it up on BCW 50. Let's take it to the ring and get this World Tag Team title match started.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Amir Man and Grizzly Mac.
Well, here they are making their way to the ring. Amir Man and Grizzly Mac, one of the top teams here in BCW. They have a very unique combination of the big man, little man. Grizzly Mac, he is absolutely jacked, as you can see. In Amir, he is the brains of the operation, and he was able to secure them a BCW World Tag Team title match here tonight with those smarts. But can they work together to defeat the most dominant tag team we have seen here in BCW in the Exiled? We're going to find out in our second matchup here tonight.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 540 pounds, the undisputed BCW World Tag Team Champions, Ultimo Nightmare and the hardcore icon Xander. They are the Exiled.
And here they are, the most dominant tag team here in BCW and the most dominant champions in BCW. They have more successful title defenses than any champion on the roster. It is definitely a tall task when you're facing the Exiled, but can Amir and Grizzly Mac pick up the win in the titles here tonight? Can the Exiled defend their tag titles once again? We're going to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the undisputed BCW World Tag Team Championship.
And Here they are putting the tag team gold on the line. Can they defend it one more time, or will the challengers pick up the win? The Exiled have never faced Amir and Grizzly Mac before. The challengers have the advantage of coming into this one as the mystery team. Will that be enough to secure the win and the gold here tonight? But the bell is rung, the match is underway. The two behemoths of their respective teams kicking off this one. We got Grizzly Mac and Ultimo Nightmare. This is a dream match in my opinion. These two are so big, so strong, so jacked. I could watch these two compete all night long. This is one that I've wanted to see for a long time, but a quick tag out and a big, huge double powerbomb to Grizzly Mac from the Exiled. And that is just a sampling of what the Exiled bring to the table, right when you think it's going to be Grizzly Mac and Ultimo Nightmare, the two big, huge, strong jack competitors of their respective teams. The Exiled, they mix it up and they bring in Xander, that hardcore and deathmatch expert, and he's unloading those knees to the midsection. Grizzly Mac, he's got abs for days, but if you're going to try and wear out the bigger man on the team, especially when you have that big man, little man, if they can take out a Grizzly Mac, I think that is going to pay huge dividends. That looks to be their strategy here tonight. And Xander checking his progress. Only a 1 there, no surprise, as Grizzly Mac is one of the top wrestlers here in BCW. He is essentially the perfect tag team partner because he is so strong, so explosive. And I think explosive is the word I would use to define a Grizzly Mac. He is so strong. He can do some big, huge, massive moves and inflict a lot of damage in a very short period of time, as evidenced there by the big, huge Fez press and just raining down those blows. And of course, Amir, we've seen him compete against Kensho at Slamtacular. He got knocked out in 1 second, but that was in a singles match. These two, Amir and Grizzly Mac, in their last tag team outing, they defeated Kensho and Tofik, two of the top singles wrestlers and one of the top tag teams here in BCW. So Amir and Mac, when they get together, they work together as a unit. They are quite effective. But are they going to be effective enough to come out with the gold to defeat the most dominant tag team here in BCW? We're going to have to see. And when it comes to the Exiled, they did not know who they were facing here tonight, but quite frankly, I don't think they care. When you have defended your belts more than any other champion in BCW, I think you're coming in with a lot of confidence in those face rakes and the big face wash and the boot to the face. That's going to give you a little extra confidence too. Picks him up, throws him in the corner, goes for the tag. Now we got Ultimo Nightmare in again, doing a double team maneuver and a big, huge clothesline. And that really rocked Amir. Amir, he's trying to crawl. He's trying to get to Grizzly Mac. Oh, and he's able to get past Ultimo Nightmare to do it. Now we got Grizzly Mac and Ultimo Nightmare in the ring, but Ultimo Nightmare picks him up and slams him down. What a maneuver there from Ultimo Nightmare. Grizzly Mac throws him back into his corner, trying to isolate the big man, and he gets him in the friendly part of the ring, trying to take out that leg. And now what's he got here? Just choking him out in a big, huge headbutt. For my money, Grizzly Mac has one of the hardest heads on the roster, so that is a smart maneuver. We often say that the hardest part of the ring is the corner bead, but when Grizzly Mac is in the ring, I think the hardest part of the ring is Grizzly Mac's head. We got Ultimo Nightmare just unloading some big, brutal shots in the corner to Grizzly Mac. Could this be it? Is it a flash knockout? Amir, man, like a true tag team partner, he's there to break it up real quick. No danger of getting pinned on that one. But now a lot of quick and frequent tags here from the Exiled. A lot of beautiful double team maneuvers, including that one. And now it is Mac going for that desperation tag to Amir. Now we got the two smaller individuals on their teams. We got Amir, man, and Xander in the ring. Both these two men have Mensa level IQs. Both these two are ring generals. They got all the angles figured out. They are probably the number 1 and number 2 smartest competitors on the roster, so this is going to be quite the treat to see these two lock up. These two have never faced each other one-on-one. They have competed way back on episode 1, going back through history here in BCW. It was Amir Man, Xander, and Cameron Lewis all competing in the first episode of BCW, and these three are very well represented all the way now here on BCW 50, and Amir Man fakes him out and goes for that DDT. It's a signature maneuver of Amir. 1, 2. Ultimo Nightmare quickly breaking that one up. And that is what I mentioned when it comes to the smarts of Amir, going for that fake out and then hitting him with the DDT. It is the moves you don't see coming that do the most damage, and I think Xander was protecting himself, didn't anticipate the DDT, but Xander with that big, huge shot. That big, huge knee to the face, and Amir has gone a little loopy, and now we got the big man in. And when you're seeing stars, the last thing you want is a 6'7", 300-pounder taking you up to the high rent district, taking you up to the top. What is this going to be here? A big, huge monster superplex. Amir rolls to the side, very, very smart. That did a lot of damage, and a big double team maneuver on the apron. Wow. And we are not done with this one, but still to come, the BCW World Championship main event. Two friends locking it up to see who is the best wrestler in BCW. That is going to be quite the treat, but this tag team match is reaching the boiling point. We got Amir with a big, huge drop kick. Is he a house of fire? Is he going to make the comeback look like Ultimo Nightmare was going for that big, huge choke slam he loves? Oh, but Amir, he reverses. Can he get to Grizzly Mac? I think he needs to get to Mac. There's been a lot of damage done to Amir, and big, huge headbutts and a leaping headbutt. Amir's head not as hard as Ultimo Nightmare's. Could this be it? 2? Amir Man able to squeeze it out. The resiliency of Amir is on full display here. He wants those BCW World Tag Team titles, and he's doing everything he can to try to get them. But a big, huge choke slam there sends him straight to hell. But Grizzly Mac. Oh, but the ref is down. Could there be some shenanigans now with the ref down? Looks like Ultimo Nightmare is going to potentially go for a chokeslam, or maybe, oh no, he's going for the Nightmare Fuel Powerbomb. It is his finisher. It's put away a lot of opponents. Every time he hits it, you get put away, and Amir Man able to reverse. Referee still down though. A big back suplex. Amir has been taking a lot of damage. He's been in the ring for 3, 4, 5 minutes now, and he has sustained a lot of offense. He's got to make that hot tag. If he can make the tag to Grizzly Mac, I think Grizzly Mac might come out to be a house of fire. He might use that explosivity to really do a lot of damage. Will it be enough? And Amir smartly gets rid of Xander. Now it is just Ultimo Nightmare in the ring, but Ultimo Nightmare, he's playing it up to the crowd. Could this be an opening for Amir? Amir's got to get to Grizzly Mac, but a big, huge clothesline. There's only so much the human anatomy can take. And I think it might be up for Amir Man on that one. Big, huge choke bomb into the backbreaker. And now he's setting him up. If he can hit this Nightmare Fuel Powerbomb, it is going to be over. It's the pause button for the human anatomy, and he hits it. 1, 2. Got him. The Exiled retain the BCW World Tag Team titles. Another successful title defense. They have been going through the tag division like a hot knife through butter. And they have been going through the tag division built on the back of moves like that. The Nightmare Fuel Power Bomb sends Amir Man to the Shadow Realm. And the Exile defend their tag titles one more time. You cannot blame Amir. He did everything he could. But when you are facing that big, huge horror movie villain they call Ultimo Nightmare, and he sends you to the Shadow Realm, that is it. Congratulations to the Exile. They defend the tag titles one more time. Oh, and here we go. We are back at ringside. Amir and Grizzly Mac just unsuccessfully challenged for the BCW World Tag Team titles. And it looks like there is a bit of tension between these two. It looks like Grizzly Mac is blaming Amir for taking that loss. He's saying, you got pinned right there. Amir is saying, what do you want me to do? You didn't break it up. Grizzly Mac shoves him. A lot of tension between these two. What's going to happen between Amir and Grizzly Mac going forward?
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match.
Well, there we go. A big announcement from Tony Rizzo for next week. But right now it is time for the main event for the BCW World Championship. It is the future Cameron Lewis taking on the redneck Benson Hicks. Two friends going one-on-one to see who is the absolute best wrestler in BCW. It is BCW 50, the Showcase of Champions. Let's take it to the ring and get this huge main event started.
Please welcome to the ring, from St. Louis, Missouri, the future Cameron Lewis.
And here he is. They call him the future Cameron Lewis. Tonight on BCW 50, he has the biggest opportunity of his life on the biggest episode that BCW has ever put on. There is a lot of pressure on Cameron Lewis, but will the future be tonight? Can he become the BCW World Champion? We're going to find out.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in tonight at 210 pounds, he is the pride of Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, your undisputed BCW World Champion, the Redneck, Benson Hicks.
And here we go. For the first time in BCW history, a man other than Dirty Don is hoisting that big, beautiful BCW World Championship above his head. Benson Hicks, he's got BCW on his back. He has that big, beautiful belt over his shoulder. And this is truly a new era for BCW now that Benson is champion. Dirty Don was not a fighting champion. Benson Hicks is. He's putting up the gold here tonight against one of his friends. What a main event it's going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And here we go. The biggest event in BCW history, the anniversary episode, the season premiere, the first ever episode to feature 3 world title fights, and our main event is for the BCW World Championship, the most prestigious championship in BCW. Oh, and what do we got here? Challenger and champion meeting center of the ring. The hand is extended. 2 friends locking it up for the BCW World Championship, and that is exactly what you want to see. That is the new era of BCW. 2 friends kicking off the biggest match in BCW history with a handshake. You love to see it. That is what BCW is all about. But now the time for talk is over. The main event is underway. The bell has rung. The BCW World Championship lies in the balance. Will it be the challenger, the future, Cameron Lewis? Will he come out with the win here tonight? Will the future not be tomorrow? Will it be tonight? Will it be right now? Or will the redneck, Benson Hicks, a man who has scratched and clawed for 3 years to gain and earn that BCW World title, will he defend it successfully in his first title defense? Or will he lose it here tonight? Will the pressure get to him? Will the pressure get to the challenger? We're going to find out. And these 2 men in a feeling out process here, locking it up center of the ring. No surprise there, but Cameron Lewis. But Cameron Lewis wins that exchange, goes for the quick cover, only gets a 1. Oh, now Cameron Lewis quickly to the top rope with a big moonsault. Not sure how much he got on that one. Cameron Lewis is an expert high flyer, and Benson Hicks, he is the expert striker right there with that big, huge rolling elbow to the face. Now he picks him up and just slams him down with a big, huge power bomb. Both these 2 men very similar in height and weight, but Benson showing his power right there. More often than not, he shows that he is that expert striker, that big Golden Gloves boxer. But a big, huge running knee strike to the head there. And now Benson taking a page out of Cameron Lewis's book, going to the top rope. Both these men are throwing out a lot of things that you wouldn't expect from them, and that is the true mark of the top-tier competitors that they are. Right when your opponent thinks they got all the answers, you change the question. That is exactly what top competitors do. And now Benson just raining down those shots to the head. He is such a proficient striker, being that former Golden Gloves boxer. And now he wants Cameron Lewis to get up and fight him. Both these 2 men, they're not going to hold anything back, and now they are trading shots. This is a lot smarter for Benson than it is for Cameron Lewis. But Cameron Lewis, he might have been training up his striking in the last little bit, but that is a big, huge back elbow from Benson, and now follows it up with a knee strike. Benson is on the biggest roll of his life. He hasn't been defeated in about 3 years here in BCW. Cameron Lewis, he has had flashes of absolute brilliance. He nearly defeated the Exiled in a handicap match a few years ago. And if that doesn't say everything, we saw what the Exiled did to Amir and Grizzly Mac. So if Cameron Lewis can nearly beat both of them in a handicap match, that says everything you need to know about Cameron Lewis. And now Benson Hicks throws Cameron Lewis in the corner, and he's going for the red, white, and bruise. This is the maneuver that won Benson the BCW World Championship, and it's that heart right to the solar plexus. Really sapping the gassing of a Cameron Lewis. Can Benson pick up a quick win against his friend too? Cameron Lewis will not be denied. I think it is a little early to put away a competitor the caliber of a Cameron Lewis. But to his credit, Benson Hicks keeps his nose to the grindstone, keeps hammering away, not arguing with the ref, just getting the job done with those big shots, those stomps. And Benson Hicks, he is treating Cameron Lewis, when the bell rings, he is treating him just like he would treat anyone else. Friendship goes out the window. They're not pulling any punches. No pun intended when it comes to Benson. Oh, now what's Benson got here? Big running knee to the face. Cameron Lewis absorbing a lot of shots. Cameron Lewis has got to do something to back off Benson Hicks, because Benson Hicks, he is coming out like a house of fire. He is going to pull this one out like a runaway freight train in a big second rope maneuver there. Oh, and a little malfunction at the junction, a little misdirect. Referee not in the perfect position there. Will that pay dividends, or will that hurt Cameron Lewis? Looks like it's not doing him any favor so far as Benson gets that head of steam. Opts to go close quarters when it comes to Cameron Lewis, and now he's going for it again. It really wore Cameron Lewis down that first time. Can it get the job done the second time? It's Benson Hicks' finisher, and it really zaps the cardio of a Cameron Lewis when you have that elbow to the solar plexus. 1, 2, could this be it? Will it put away? No. Cameron Lewis showing a lot of durability there, taking 2 finishers from the champ. Like I said, Cameron Lewis, he's got to reverse. He's got to do something if he has any hopes of coming out with the championship here tonight, and that's what he did. Back elbow and a drop kick. That's step 1. Can he go for step 2? It looked like he was going to go for a big comeback, but Benson, vintage big running elbow to the face. Benson Hicks has been pulling out that running elbow since episode 1, and it's, oh, and another big elbow there. It works so well, and he follows him out. And Benson Hicks follows it out. Smart maneuver there from Benson. Hits Cameron Lewis with the stunner on the outside. Benson Hicks, he is known for the strikes, but he is showing how smart he is as a competitor. Quickly throws Cameron Lewis back after that stunner. Can he get the win here? Checking his progress. 2. Cameron Lewis, not a lot of mustard, though, behind that kick out. And these are 2 friends locking it up, as we've seen from that video package opener. Benson came out, wanted to give Dirty Don an opportunity to eliminate him from the title picture. Dirty Don was nowhere to be found, so he wanted to give Cameron Lewis the opportunity. It was Cameron Lewis and Isaac Taylor. They have been helping out Benson Hicks. Oh, and here we go. Code red. Could this be it too? It has been the Brotherhood in Cameron Lewis and Isaac Taylor helping out Benson in Benson's attempt to win the world title. He won the world title, and can Cameron Lewis win the world title now when he hits him with his finisher, that big frog splash? Quickly into the cover. Could this be it? Can Benson kick out of Lewis's finisher too? And Cameron Lewis, he's really starting to feel it now. He had a little bit of time getting his bearings in this match, but now he is cooking on all cylinders. He has pulled out some beautiful maneuvers, pulled out his finisher, and it goes here now into the cover from the top. Thought he could surprise Benson. Oh, and is he going for his finisher again? Can Benson kick out of 2 finishers from Cameron Lewis? Hits the frog splash again, right damn near the center of the ring. 1, 2 is the future now. Benson kicks out. Benson was in an absolutely grueling world title fight against Dirty Don at Slamtacular. That match went about 15-20 minutes. And on the very next episode, he is defending his title for the first time, and that is exactly what Benson brings to the world title picture. That is exactly what a Benson Hicks brings to BCW. Cameron Lewis, some beautiful maneuvers. Big back moonsault. 1, 2. And as much as it was a runaway for Benson in the first half of this match, in the second half, it is all Cameron Lewis. Will the youth, will the exuberance, will the gas tank of a Cameron Lewis pay dividends? Is Benson Hicks too worn down to be able to defend his title here tonight? Big leg drop there from Cameron Lewis, mixing it up. And this is exactly what you want from a world title fight here in BCW. This is exactly what you want from a main event of BCW 50. Two friends locking it up. They start with a handshake. They're not pulling any punches, and both these two men are absolutely gassed. Both down center of the ring. Cameron Lewis able to use that deep gas tank to get up first. And he hits him with the third frog splash. That is 3 finishers from Cameron Lewis. Is the future now? Can he pick up the win? 1, 2. But Benson able to kick out. What do these two have to do to put the other away? Both men have hit multiple finishers, but both men keep kicking out. The pressure is high. Both men are in a pressure cooker. Signature maneuver is that knockout ripcord knee. Could this be it? 2. And Cameron Lewis, you can see by the expression on his face, he has pulled out all the stops. He has he has unloaded all the shots from all the chambers in his gun. What has he got to do? Oh, but Benson reverses. What's Benson got here, though? Cameron Lewis smartly gets to the outside so he can't be pinned. Benson, big, huge shoulder butt to the outside, knocks him down. Oh, but now Benson's starting to feel it. And both these two men, so much pressure, world title on the line, biggest event that BCW has had. Two friends competing against each other. There are so many X factors in this one. There are so many things to make this pressure a pressure cooker. But in my estimation, both these men are living up to the hype. They are living up to everything that we expected from both of them. But has it come to the crescendo? Could this be the end? Benson Hicks putting a little extra mustard on this 4th red, white, and bruised. Going for all the flair, all the style, and all that elbow right to the sternum. Could this be it? Champion has done 4 finishing maneuvers. Oh, and Cameron Lewis kicks out again. What does Benson have to do to put the challenger away? Could Benson be second guessing having Cameron Lewis challenge him for his first world title defense? Throws him in the rope. Oh, it hits him with a shot to the liver. What's he got here? Sidewalk slam, affecting the midsection, affecting the back of a Cameron Lewis. Oh, and what's he got here? A signature maneuver, that Alabama slam. It paid dividends in the world title match against Dirty Don, where he won the title. Can he win it now? Oh, and Cameron Lewis kicks out again. What do these men have to do? This is a world title fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is BCW 50. And he's going for it again. Will the 5th time be the charm? Cameron Lewis, he is young. He has got the cardio for days. He's got the resiliency, but can he take 5 of the signature maneuvers from the champ? The human anatomy has got to let out at some time, and is this it? 1, 2, got him! Benson Hicks, successful title defense in his first main event as BCW World Champion, and it was not easy. Benson earned every single part of that win, but what a showing from Cameron Lewis. Cameron Lewis shows why he has earned that nickname of the Future. The Future was not quite here tonight, but the future, in my estimation, is coming one day in BCW. Cameron Lewis, in my estimation, is a future BCW World Champion, but he is not the World Champion here tonight. Benson, successful title defense.
Here is your winner and still undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Redneck, Benson Hicks.
Congratulations to Benson Hicks, and they say in combat sports, you're not truly a champion until you've defended it. Benson has done that. Congratulations to him. What a win for Benson on BCW 50. All right, and let's go over the results here tonight. It was Byron Cassidy defeating Kensho to retain the BCW Commonwealth Championship. It was Byron Cassidy's first successful title defense, and he did it via low blow. But a win is a win is a win. And then it was for the BCW World Tag Team Championships. The Exiles successfully defending against Amir and Mac. There was a bit of tension between Amir and Grizzly Mac post-match. We're going to have to get an update on that in the next episode. And then, as we just seen, a 5-star classic between Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks. You could not ask for a better main event on a milestone episode like BCW 50. It was our season premiere, and if it is your first time joining us, that is the exact match that we want to present to someone checking out BCW for the first time. There's a lot more coming from Cameron Lewis, but congratulations to our champ. And now, as we look towards our next event, it is Beyond Rules 4. It is our Halloween episode, and it will be Adam Ace and Xander in a Beyond Rules match. As we seen earlier tonight, already signed ambulance match, Tony Rizzo versus Mr. GM. And it is the long-awaited one-on-one match between Jacob Akane and Ultimo Nightmare. It all goes down on BCW 51. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.